Hello everyone, this is Admiral Playerovski bringing you Atlantic Fleet, Battle of the Atlantic, continued as Britain. If you enjoy the content, subscribe if you haven't already. We're in week 3.5 of March 1942 and we have, well, still 14 squares on the tonnage wall. We have lost 6. Let's move the Jervis back and let's press on. Norwegian Sea. Allied bombers attack the naval base at Bergen, Trondheim, Narvik, causing light damage. Current repairs delayed by 2 turns in week 3.5 of March 1942. North Cape Spitsbergen. Allied convoy attacked by submarines. 54,310 tons of merchant shipping sunk in week 4 of March 1942. Ooh, it's a good thing we moved the Jervis back. We have our first engagement in the Faroe Islands. Week 4 of March 1942, partially sunny weather. The destroyers Diamond and Jervis have come under attack in the afternoon from the submarines U-293, U-520 and U-804. Submarines have the initiative. Oh wow, what's this? German rockets, it seems. Oh, and they've clipped us still. No, 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 no. For goodness sake. Seriously? Diamond sinking immediately. Brand new destroyer, and it's gone already. Well, thanks a bunch. Although this does no direct hits as well. Yet despite that, propulsion, steering pumps, ASW heavy damage and AAA destroyed. Well, I'm very sorry to see the Diamond go. As usual, it's a bad start. I've noticed that the start of most videos is bad for me. Or am I just imagining it? I just get the impression that most of the time my videos start off pretty badly for me. Seem to have sort of capsized and we're going to be sort of pulled under now, I'm guessing. Bear will go vertical and then slip under. Well, Jervis, it's all down to you. I don't get it. Why aren't our rockets as powerful as that? Are we any worse? Are we inferior to the Germans? Why can't we get good rockets? And of course we only have one depth charge bomber. Makes sense. It doesn't make sense, but I'm just tired of complaining about it. You know the drill. Just insert me complaining about aircraft imbalance here. In an area where you'd expect overwhelming air supremacy for the British. Or the Allies in general at this point, because America's in the war as well, along with all the other Allied nations. Said it once and I'll say it again. Diamond didn't even fire a single shot in anger, or even torpedo in anger. Bought it, and it was sunk immediately. Although I suspect that probably did happen in real life as well. I mean, think about it. Bismarck is a good example of this. It was built, launched, set out on its first operation, and it was sunk immediately. Mind you, the Bismarck was being used in an offensive way. We're being defensive here, so I guess I have somewhat more of a justification to be annoyed. And to make matters even worse for us, here come 8 torpedoes. Well, it's a good thing we took out the submarine that was behind us, otherwise we may have fared even worse. Now here's the problem I faced. I don't really want to move. I don't really want to move at all. I want to stay right where I am, because right where I am is basically the safest place. Or at least that's the impression I'm under. It's not as safe as you make it out to be, but then again, I was forced to move, which is not something I wanted to do. Right. I'll go back up to full then, temporarily. Alright, stop. Right. Hate it when they crisscross like that. It's really hard to then dodge everything, but we've managed to do it. So that's the worst of it over. So that's their defences basically gone. Because now all the worst they can do is fire 2 torpedoes at once, which they're going to do. That will happen. I don't particularly care, because it's going to be about 4 times easier now to dodge, escape, than it was before. So really, it's, don't let your guard down by any means, but it's going to be nowhere near as bad as it was before. Right, if you want to play with torpedoes, we will. Oh, do you know what? Is this one of those rare instances where I can actually? It is. Oh, hello. Finish with a flourish then, I suppose. 1 torpedo in here. Ah, there we go. That's the catch. We're off by the small, well, not by the smallest of margins, but we are very much off. If I had turned a little bit harder, then perhaps it would have worked. Again, they crisscross. Honestly, when they crisscross, it just means that it's really hard to dodge them. Because if they're going one after the other, it's fine. Dodge once, dodge both. When they're crisscrossing, you might be rudely awakened to the reality that you've dodged one only to be taken out by the other. Well, now we'll get the other one. Although that's not really anywhere near as glamorous, spectacular, impressive. It's just a run-of-the-mill, everyday type of stuff. Well, there goes U-804. We may have lost the diamond in the process, but we have cleared the area of submarines. Action reports. On the British side, the destroyer Diamond was sunk for 1,375 tons. The destroyer Jervis received no damage. On the German side, the submarine U-293 was sunk for 800 tons. The submarines U-520 and U-804 was sunk for 1,032 tons each. Warship tons sunk on the British side 1,375. Merchant ship tons sunk on the British side 0. Warship tons sunk on the German side 2,864. Merchant ship tons sunk on the German side 0. 2,864 renown earned. I don't believe it. They still have surface ships. Well, it must be the very last one then. In partially sunny weather in week 4 of March 1942, the destroyers Decoy and Delight in the western approaches find and decide to engage the destroyer Z-22 in the afternoon. We have the initiative for once. Although, again, I don't like destroyer-on-destroyer engagements. I just don't like them. The wind just ruins everything. It just ruins everything. Do we have air support? I'm going to test something out. I tried using rockets on the Bismarck, and all they did was slow it down by 0.1 knots. Now I want to see, are rockets just as useless when it comes to destroyers, or is it when the target is actually a very formidable one? Let's see. Let's dive in. And the rocket's away. Oh, we messed that up. We messed that airstrike up. Well, we'll never know unless I replay the engagement, but that's not really possible. Oh no, we got their propulsion. Oh, so if I hadn't messed it up, I probably would have got some good stuff away. Now that I think about it, I should have saved the airstrike for this. They're using their own airstrikes. Of course. As usual, we're firing blanks, along with a bit of confetti in there as well, presumably. Honestly, I think even confetti would do more damage than what we're doing here. Anyway, 12,000, let's get the guns out then. I don't like doing it this way, but fine, I'll try it this way. Shoot. Alright, so the adjustment for the wind was alright, but unfortunately the elevation was not. Let's turn in, let's actually close in to an actual proper distance. So we're not firing at max elevation. Oh no! I will be honest, I completely forgot about that torpedo. It completely escaped my mind. It's one of those very rare instances that I actually... In fact, no, this is the first time that I got hit by one of those torpedoes. But what's been hit? Propulsion and pumps with heavy damage. 4 torpedo tubes light damage. Right, 1/3 speed. If your pumps are damaged, you're clearly not in fighting form. Oh, I feel embarrassed with myself now. As I should. Oh, completely unnecessary. I simply forgot about that torpedo. One moment of not paying attention and look what happens. Right, they're going to open up on us. And we're close immediately. Right, we're still far away, so I'm going to close in under the cover of smoke. I can't believe I lost the destroyer like that. It's so foolish of me. Right, they are hitting us. Have they damaged anything? Seriously, not again! Pumps heavy damage, AAA light damage. Oh, for goodness sake, the one thing that they always seem to hit. Well, no, I don't care anymore. Continue to close in, I don't care now. We've lost one, we might as well lose the other if we're going to do it like that. Right, 11,000. Right, now I think we're close enough. Let's turn 25 degrees to port and let's open fire on them. Right, 10,000, so that's an alright-ish. Alright-ish distance. Honestly, this whole engagement was messed up by me from the start. From the airstrike to then not paying attention for the torpedo to getting hit now as well. Shoot! Go on. Have we got their pumps, perhaps? Actually, we don't know, do we? Because we don't have access to the damage. Sinking or not yet? Right. 1/3 speed now. Although that didn't do anything at all for us last time. But 19.2 was good. We're a little bit short, so we'll actually increase that slightly. Let's go 19.4. Shoot. Right, they're turning away now. Of course, that's not going to do much for us. Let's go to 19.2. There we go. Shoot. We need to hit them and hit them hard. Alright, that's not too bad for an opening salvo, I suppose. Even though it's not really an opening salvo. It's an opening salvo under a smoke screen, I guess. Let's go 19.4 again this time. Shoot. Nope, we need to be increasing it by much more. Let's move forward again. What needs to happen is I need them to slow down sufficiently so that I'm still faster than them, even though I'm actually moving at a slower speed because of the damaged pumps. 2 degrees up, still not doing it for us. If this was a heavier ship, 2 degrees would be a huge amount to increase the elevation by. Because these are destroyers, you can go up huge amounts and it does nothing. Mind you, destroyers are quicker, so maybe that's why. But either way, it's really annoying. And this time we're long, of course. You're never on target with a destroyer, you're always either long or short. I'm still going to go up slightly because, well, it's a destroyer, it's going to overtake where you shot last time. Shoot. Oh, hello. There's the wind this time, of course. The one time you get the elevation right, the wind decides to act up. Alright, let's actually adjust properly this time, seeing as they are actually getting away from us. That's actually quite a valid point. Oh, I didn't... Ah, well, we didn't really miss anything anyway. Well, we're not on fire anymore, so I'm guessing that means we're not going to be exploding anytime soon. Unfortunately, pumps are still very much damaged, and we're not really getting anything done. I'm scared they're going to disengage. Shoot. They're going to disengage because I'm not fast enough to catch them up. Nope, just when I thought we might have got both of them right, shells fall marginally short. Right, well now we can't do broadside after broadside. So we're sort of left to this really, aren't we? Just 2 guns firing. Right, I'm going to fire at the exact same elevation again. No adjustments for the wind or anything. I just want to know, are we faster or slower than they are? I'm guessing at 21 knots we're slower. We seem to be going at roughly the same speed, which I suppose is somewhat comforting, I suppose. Shoot! I'll keep the elevation the same and this time just adjust for the wind and see what that does for us. No, we're still marginally off on both the elevation and the adjustment for the wind. We'll take this down then by just over 1 degree. adjust for the wind even more. Shoot. Now let's see what that'll do. Nope, that's too far away to cause damage, so we overcorrected for the wind. I don't like using destroyers in this way. Destroyers are anti-submarine weapons, not anti-destroyer weapons. Shoot. You use a destroyer to sink submarines with ease, not to sink other destroyers. Oh, we got one. We got a hit, and we set them on fire at the front. Good. Good. Now what do you do now? Because one of the shells went somewhere around here, and then one of them hit them here. So were the shots towards the higher end or towards the lower end? Well, you don't know, do you? You don't know. It's flip a coin, take a guess. And then whatever I say, go for the other one because I'll be wrong. I'm guessing go lower because we are now closing in. Shoot! So that means you should increase your elevation. Possible damage, possible underwater damage there. Although I'm not sure. Because with these small... Well, actually no. I was going to say, with these smaller caliber shells, it's very much, you know... You could do it, you might not. But the destroyer is unarmoured, so really it's like, you know... basically no armour. So we have set them on fire, and they have given up trying to disengage, and they're going to hit us now and sink us. Well, they've hit us. They've done that. I'll go down even more then. I'll go about here this time. Shoot. Nope, that's not worked. Their pumps are damaged as well though, I think. Would that be a fair assumption to make? Nope, I don't want to do that just yet. I still want to get a little bit closer. They've turned somewhat, so that's good for us. I've not looked at the plots in quite a while. I'll go 25-1 maybe. Shoot! Oh, those look like they might hit. Oh, and they're disengaging again. The good news is we're still keeping up a very high speed. We're not really letting them go as such. Shoot! So fingers crossed we might hit them again and this time slow them down again. Or we could splash them with water and help put their fires out. Either way, regardless of what happens now, we're closing in on them, so we're going to be looking better and better with every moment. Shoot! With every turn that passes now, we're going to be getting closer. Oh yes, the effects of the wind will be less, and will be more accurate. Nicely illustrated now by this salvo, which looked pretty good. Shoot! Good, that's another hit. Oh, here we go, they've opened up again. Ooh, not with damaged pumps. Not with damaged pumps. We don't want to be doing that sort of thing when we have damaged pumps. We can do it when we don't have damaged pumps, but not when we do. When we do, that's not what you want to be doing. Shoot! It's another hit. Oh, here we go. Yes! They're gone. Even if they hit us now and sink us, it's fine. Nope, that was it. Right, so we somewhat redeemed ourselves here by sinking the destroyer as a form of vengeance, I suppose. Although really it was more of a saving faith type of thing on my part because of my foolish mistake earlier with the... well, mistake, sir, actually, plural. The airstrike and appalling mistake, quite frankly, of not doing anything about the torpedo, forgetting about it. Right, action report. On the British side, the destroyer Decoy was sunk for 1,375 tons. The destroyer Delight received medium damage. On the German side, the destroyer Z-22 was sunk for 2,800 tons. Warship tons sunk on the British side 1,375. Merchant ship tons sunk on the British side 0. Warship tons sunk on the German side 2,800. Merchant ship tons sunk on the German side 0. 2,800 renown earned. Right, this is more what we're accustomed to. In the East Sargasso Sea in week 4 of March 1942, the destroyers Imogen and Vanquisher in sunny weather are under attack from the submarine U-286 in the morning. U-286 with the initiative. Oh, no action. $4,600. We're not going to be close enough, are we, if I try and turn? I'm going to try anyway. I'm going to try anyway, regardless, and see what happens. Maybe we get lucky. You never know. Because we do seem to be on a very specific sort of direct course towards them. So I'd like to think we could still potentially do it. Let's turn in a little bit more. Yes! Good. It's one of those rare instances where I don't have to close in because they're heading straight for us. And also I was aware of it before I closed in. So nice and quick, action report. The destroyers Imogen and Vanquisher on the British side received no damage, and on the German side the submarine U-286 was sunk for 800 tons. Nothing sunk in either category on the British side. Warship tons sunk on the German side 800. Merchant ship tons sunk on the German side 0, 800 renown earned. United Kingdom Axis bombers attacked the naval base at Liverpool and Portsmouth, causing heavy damage. Current repairs delayed by 4 turns in week 4 of March 1942. We've hit April 1942. And send the Delight in for some much needed repairs, get those pumps fixed. And let's send... hang on. Why are we missing 2 ships? We have the Exeter in Gibraltar, yes we do. Oh well, do you know what then? I'll just send yeah, I'll just send 2 destroyers out into the western approaches straight away. Have we run out of D-class destroyers? We can buy the Duchess, but after that, yes we have. Echo it is. Right. Duchess and Echo can make their way to the western approaches. I'm somewhat minded to send the Jervis up to the East Greenland Sea to see if they can flush out the submarines. Right, first engagement in April of 1942. It's in the United Kingdom in partially sunny weather. The destroyer Defender with light damage and the destroyers Duncan and Fraser have come under attack in the afternoon from the submarine U-806. U-806 with the initiative. That doesn't look like a long distance. Now I'm not going to be arrogant and assume I've got depth charge bombers here. I might be in for a shock, so proceed on the assumption that you don't. And then be pleasantly surprised when you do. Right. Good. Let's dive down. We dived way too early there. Ah, we missed it. We missed it. But here's a nice view of the aircraft flying away with the destroyers in the background. That's not gone well. But we didn't use the airstrike, so we still have five aircraft that we can do. Is that the first time I've messed an airstrike up? I think it is. Well, it pays to stick around. You see exclusive content of me messing up. Right, let's try this again. There we go, that's better. Even though I messed up, I'll still make a pretty nice picture for a thumbnail, I think. So in a way I messed up, but also won as well. Action report. On the British side, the destroyer Defender ended with light damage. The destroyers Duncan and Fraser received no damage, and on the German side, the submarine U-806 was sunk for 1,032 tons. Nothing sunk in either category on the British side. Warship tons sunk on the German side, 1,032. Merchant ship tons sunk on the German side, 0. 1,032 renown earned. Right. I know you're far away from home, Jervis, but bear with me, please. I'm probably not going to find anything there now, but you never know. Maybe they've hidden themselves and are waiting for another convoy. Right, I'm going to check how long this has been going on for, and if it's been about half an hour or so, I will end the video here. I low-key sometimes think I have a sixth sense about these things because it is 32 minutes in, thereabouts. So I will be ending the video here. Before I go, here are the stats. So because it is April 1942, this has dropped back down. We have lost more naval vessels for Britain, 34 now, approaching 130,000 tons in total. 1,500 merchants sunk, thereabouts, for 5.6 million tons. Germany, 318 naval vessels sunk, over 600,000 tons, 175,000 tons worth of shipping is being sunk per month. But they're just not making progress quickly enough. I mean, I'll give them that they're slowly, ever so slightly pushing up. But it would take them... If I say it would take them decades to get to the required tonnage to win, I wouldn't really be exaggerating, I don't think. Well, I mean, it probably would do if they wanted 700,000 tons. I think within 10 years they probably would get to the 300,000 ton mark. But I just don't... The war doesn't go on for 10 years. You can't sustain a war for 10 years like that. If we take a look at the ships lost, can I still fit all the British losses on one sort of... Yes. Yes, but it's becoming very difficult now. If we lose a couple more destroyers, we'll have to go into this type of view. And then if we lose many more destroyers, we won't be able to fit all the British losses on one page, tab, list, whatever you want to call it. German losses, it's the same old story really, isn't it? About 9 times worse, 9 times more. Right, but yeah, that is all from Admiral Playerovski for this video. If you enjoy the content, if you're enjoying the series, and you haven't already, please subscribe. Share the video, share the channel with those who you think might enjoy the content. And that's not just Atlantic Fleet content. If you know someone who might enjoy Minecraft content, then share it with them anyway, because I will be doing more Minecraft content soon anyway. I'll be doing more content in general that isn't Atlantic Fleet, but not until I've finished this, and I think I've got a few custom battle suggestions in the meantime whilst doing this series. So probably Battle of the Atlantic with Britain first, then the custom battle suggestions, and then if I want to do any more that I've seen other people do, I will do those as well, and then I'll move on from Atlantic Fleet. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye for now.